Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we discuss why so bearish. None of the content is financial advice. Let's get started. This is the price of Bitcoin since 2015 at a weekly average level. This chart is available on cryptoweeklies.com. The link on bottom of your screen. This is the first chart on the website, at least in terms of the crypto related charts under the machine learning based price forecast. These are in-house trained machine learning models trained on weekly price action of Bitcoin using seasonal ARIMA and LSTM and XGBoost based estimation of what the price could do in a bear case, in the bull case, and in the base case. So the base case is this pink line, which is again a trend line without, let's say, without any intervention of major bullish or bearish catalyst. What's the likely trend behind the price action? It's like a straight line from point A to point B and extrapolating that line. And it's no surprise that the base case is slowly but surely price of Bitcoin goes up with time. That's because the fair value of Bitcoin goes up with time as adoption and the market cap increases from cycle to cycle, even accounting for the bear markets. Still, in the phase that we are right now, now that January of 2026 is behind of us, February 2026, from February 2026 till about early July 2026, the bear case for Bitcoin, as estimated by our machine learning model, is without any major panic drops, let's say without a major downturn between now and then, just the likelihood based on the historical bear markets, the price of Bitcoin could fall from the current price to about slightly less than 70k. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is again, it's not too surprising that it has fell quite a bit to now at around 78k. Had a significant drop over the last couple of weeks. The price dropped essentially from 95k to now that golden area that we discussed yesterday at around 78k. If you haven't watched that video, you can check out that video under cryptoweeklies.com YouTube channel. This is where yesterday's video, again, this was before published about 19 hours before outlook for 2026, before that drop. You can check what was said in that video also. Essentially what we discussed yesterday was, as the price of Bitcoin is still again not in that zone where again yesterday it was not in that zone where the area of support, this golden line over here, was not reached yet. The price tried to go to the 21-week exponential moving average, tried to rally beyond that, but failed to do that in mid-January 2026. And since that point, from that 98k level, it has now dropped meaningfully to that area of potential support. That was the 2025 lows that Bitcoin reached in late February and till early May of 2025, and price held support at these levels. That was always likely to revisit in 2026. If this area provides decent amount of support for February and March, and if there is one more counter trend rally, then that could be somewhat of a similar story from the 2021 to 2022 bear market as well. Again, a similar area of support. The price held in late January 2022. Similarly, 4 years later, late January 2026, the price came to this yellow line and then again rallied back one more time to the 20-week simple moving average. Again, slight differences from the last time and the last bear market and this one is that, again, back then the price did not make all the way to the 20-week simple moving average. Again, did make in the end of the post halving year, there was a rally back to the 21-week exponential moving average, whereas this time around that first rally to the 21-week exponential moving average came in the bear market year itself. So slight nuances from here. If this drop were to play exactly as it played out in 2022, there could be a rally slightly above the 20-week simple moving average from here. Right now, the 20-week simple moving average is at around 98k, but let's say the angle of descent is like this. If we were to extrapolate based on this angle of descent, let's say, and try to play it out in, let's say, late February. If price goes back to the 20-week simple moving average, the price could be at around 94k. If it takes all the way to, let's say, end of March of 2026, the price could meet the 20-week simple moving average at around 90k. The last time around, it took from this drop from end of January, let's say end of January, where it dropped in 2022. It took about um, mid to late March of 2022. So mid to late March 2026, based on this extrapolation, the 20-week simple moving average and the price could meet at around 90k if that aligns with the 2022 bear market. And then from there, if the 20-week simple moving average, the price fails to hold that level as support in the next correction, then there could be a severe downturn in late April, early May 2026, and then again visiting those lows at around June 2026 time period. Coming back to our machine learning based model, again, this is a non-panic bear case scenario. A panic bear case is a 2 standard deviation drop instead of a 1 standard deviation drop. For now, we'll get rid of the base case and the bull case as we are in 2026, which is typically a bear market year, and you can check it out why we are considering 2026 as a bear market year based on Bitcoin ROI over here. And look at 2026 and compare it with what happened in 2022, which was 4 years ago, and in 2018. So from the yearly open, 2022 was this orange line over here. The ROI was negative 65% from the yearly open. From yearly open in 2018, the ROI was negative 71%. Again, slight caveats over here. Bear market of 2025-2026 started a couple of months earlier than historical bear market. So for example, Bitcoin topped this time around this is the monthly candle in October 2025, whereas it had topped in November 2021, 1 month ago, and in 2017-2018 cycle, although the peak was in December of 2017. So again, December, November, October, one month, every cycle the tops are getting pushed ahead by 1 more month. So this time around, again, based on that, the ROI from the yearly open could be significantly different in 2026. Again, expectation from that 2020 the past bear markets is that this time around, again, from the yearly open for Bitcoin, which was at around 87k, that was the yearly open for Bitcoin. If price were to drop, let's say 50% from the yearly open, that could take the price action, again assuming this is the yearly open, based on the candle bodies, 50% drop would take the price action of Bitcoin close to 43k. Again, the last time around, from the yearly open, you can do the same analysis for the last bear market, where January started somewhere over here at 45k, January 2022, and the lows for Bitcoin were at 65%. Again, the same chart that we saw, 65% downturn per the ROI chart over here, as we saw over here. 2022 ROI for Bitcoin was negative 65-66%. Same chart you can construct over here using TradingView as well. Just accounting for diminished volatility to the downside, again you can do the same analysis in for 2018, from the start of the year. This was January 2018, and look at where the price action dropped in 2018. 77%, 65%, again 10 to 15% less severe drops from cycle to cycle as asset matures, and again upside is diminished, downside gets also diminished. So 50% drop in 2026, assuming there is no major recession, could take the price to 43k. Coming back to our own machine learning model, again these models do not talk to each other, but still, again, as the bear market price action is influenced by strong fundamental and technical analysis, this model only extrapolates what the forecast could look like 6 months out into the future. And it says that if there is a consistent 6 months bear market, again, even in a bear market year, the typical bearish months are somewhere between 6 to 8. So if we have 6 continuous bear market months with 2 standard deviation drops, the price of Bitcoin could bottom somewhere at around 47, 48K, like it did in 2022 and cycles before that. So between 48K and 43K is forecasted by the machine learning models. Again, even the estimated bear market bottom for Bitcoin is 45K, which is about 45% lower than the current price. A wider panic in the asset class or any macro event, which is not a full-blown recession, could take the price of Bitcoin per these individual risk-based models, the time-weighted average price risk, the regression risk, and the 20-week simple moving average risk, as a combined together into a weighted risk. Looking at a panic bottom or a non-recessionary deep bear market bottom for Bitcoin at around 40K. Again, a 40K Bitcoin would be, again, in terms of percent drawdown for this year would be 53% instead of, so again, it would be just a 12% lower, like it was 77. If you subtract 12 from 77, you get 65. If you subtract 12% from 65, you get 53%. So that's the panic case scenario for Bitcoin, a typical bottom analysis, and a blood bear case, which requires a significant recession in the macro environment, could take the price of Bitcoin all the way to about $32,000. And a 32,000 Bitcoin from the yearly open would be, again, similar to the past bear market drop in the bear market year of 2022. Again, but that would require, per our interpretation of the model, would require severe recession in the macro environment for the Bitcoin's price to fall to that level. All in all, again, if you look the 200-week moving average, which is this blue line over here, price is still nowhere close to the 200-week simple moving average, which is at around 58K. It's an rising moving average. So in, let's say, mid to late May of 2026, this could be somewhere close to that 63K or 64K, which was the 2021 May peak. And also the 300-week simple moving average right now at around $50,000. It also could be in late 2026. That valuation could be at around 63K as well. So again, last time around, the price did go slightly below the 300-week simple moving average, which was at around 18K in 2022. Price bottom at 15K. So again, accounting for like 10-15% more wiggle room, that could take the price bottom at around 50K as well for Bitcoin. So these are the bearish tidings of 2026. And again, bear market typically offer some of the great times to DCA. If you look at the current DCA related chart, you can see the price action has finally come close to that regression based fair value, where again DCA below this fair value with a longer term time horizon typically works out for Bitcoin. You can see this evident from data points stretching from 2014 to now 2026 with 12 years worth of daily data. So again, as this risk kind of drops into 0.3, 0.4 risk level, that could make Bitcoin more and more lucrative for DCA. Right now, the regression based risk is at 0.5. That means it's a 50-50 chance that we are in a good DCA territory, or again not that decent deals right now. As personally speaking, as and when the price of Bitcoin offers a regression risk lower than 0.3, that's typically when I think more about DCAing into Bitcoin. That has not happened yet. These kind of deals are usually, again, from cycle to cycle. You can see in the middle part of the bear market year, which is again June 2022. Again in 2018, the drop came pretty late in October, November 2018. But from the last bear market, you can see again, even in 2018, 2019 to almost 2020, accumulating between when the risk is less than 0.3, there is a wider time period, at least stretching from, let's say, 2 to 3 years again, conservatively speaking, 2 years, and at times it also stretches with some fake outs along the way for 3 years as well. So with that, I would like to conclude saying that right now the price of Bitcoin did have a major drop. This drop was not too dissimilar for Bitcoin to do something similar in 2022 as well. January 2022 was also equally bearish, like January 2026 is. Even for that matter, January 2018 was equally bearish. Bear case analysis for Bitcoin, a 50% drop, price taking to closer enough to 43 to 45k. Severe drops could take the price action close to that target of about 40k, with 53% drawdown this year. And again, if we witness a full blown recession, then again price action could go to that 32k level. With that, I would like to conclude. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.